And I'm going to just put, I need just one more second because I have to forward it to our Facebook and also to the African Tourism Board. Okay, Facebook is slow, but okay, we got people already watching, but I cannot maneuver.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you the video clip and the slideshow I sent you. So is that also going to be playing whilst I'm giving the talk, or do I have to do from my side here?
No, what you, I mean, I can play it after I do cut. I cannot cut anything during the Zoom call, but I
Okay.
can play it on top or with it after we cut the video, and then we have a video where I can use it. But if you want to show it live, then the best is you show it on, I think, on your screen.
I would love to see it.
Yeah, yeah. But I can put it so it's clear later on when we have the, I do that in a few hours, and then we can play it in the background too, so it's no problem. Okay, here we go. Let me finish this one more time. I have, okay, what I do have here, I have a PowerPoint you gave me. I can show from my end. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can play the power. I'm going to screen share it, but I can play it so you use less bandwidth where you are. So that's fine. I can do that. I have it ready.
Just bear with me 1 minute. Let me see if from my side, because it'll make a lot more sense. Okay.
I have the PowerPoint ready if you need me to, but if you want to show it, at least you know it better. You can maneuver it better, you know.
Right, here we go.
Okay, it works. So that's okay. You're ready to start? Okay,
yes, I'm ready to start. Yeah.
Okay, we have a guest coming in. There's someone coming in by the name of Robert. I don't know. There's more people coming in. Arwin. So let's let them in and then we can start.
Sure. Whenever you're ready. I'm ready now.
Okay. Okay, so let's start. Hello and good evening. My name is Jürgen Steinmetz and I'm joining you from livestream.travel and eTurboNews here in beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii. And today we're going to go pretty much around the world from here. We're going to Zimbabwe. We're going to Harare. Harare is the capital city of Zimbabwe. And for those that don't know where Zimbabwe is, it's in the southern part of Africa. And it's the home, or one of the homes of Victoria Falls. It's very famous and one of the wonders of the world. We're also celebrating this month the launch for World Tourism Network. And thank you for being part of this launch. For those that are joining us or watching us now live, today is December 8th here in Hawaii or December 9th in most parts of the world. And please join us later on in about 12 hours for our official launch event. And then just another 12 hours later, we have a keynote panel with Her Excellency Mao from Bahrain. She's running for Secretary General for the United Nations World Tourism Organization. And she will be joining us together with Dr. Taleb Rifai, Louis Damour from Peace Through Tourism, Jeffrey Lippman from SunX, with several former candidates and ministers, including a number of people from Africa. We have Alain St-Ange, we have Walter Memzebi, and several others joining this high-level panel. And we hope you'll be part of it. Besides this, we have many other presentations coming up. Many of them already, we already had a number of presentations. You can see the archive and you can see what's up in the future on WTN.travel. Click on the blue banner for our launch event, or just go to WTN.travel, and on the menu you will see a very prominent link for launch events. You can actually participate live. And so if you register before the event happens, you can be part of the audience and you can ask questions. Like we have 5 people on this call here right now live, including, I wanted to really now point out Stephen Brown. Stephen has been with us, I think, at every single event we started, and we had quite a few. And I have to say, I told him earlier privately, I'm quite impressed, and thank you so much for joining us. And this really feels great when people think, oh, they maybe like even what you're doing. But thank you, Stephen. We have also Robert Amboise joining us, and Arvind Nair. And Arvind Nair is our host, so we'll introduce him in a minute. And Arvind Sharma. Arvind Nair is I believe the CEO, owner, or president of Vintage Travel and Vintage Tours in Harare. And he can tell us a little bit more about himself. He's one of our advisory board members as well, and has been very helpful in bringing Zimbabwe to World Tourism Network, but even more important, to the African Tourism Board I'm also involved in. Thank you very much for joining, Arvind. And the show is yours. Let us know maybe a little bit about yourself, your agency, and I think you have a presentation you wanted to share as well.
Good morning, Jan. Thank you very much for those kind words. My name is Arvind Nair. I'm the founder and CEO of Vintage Travel and Vintage Tours Private Limited, Harare, Zimbabwe. I joined the travel industry in 1983 when I was mere 18 years of age. And my goal one day was to create a company which will be recognized next to the rest of the other air travel agencies around the world. I welcomed this morning all the delegates who are online to know more about Zimbabwe and what Zimbabwe is all about. In Shona, we say Maneru. Maneru means good morning. Zimbabwe is a landlocked country with neighboring countries like South Africa, Botswana, Zambia, Malawi. Zimbabwe's capital is Harare. The latest figures I have for the population of Zimbabwe is 14.86 million people. We have different towns in Zimbabwe, obviously Harare being the capital. Then we have Bulawayo. Then we have Wangi. Then we have Kariba. We have Masvingo. We have Beitbridge, which is the neighboring border to South Africa. I'm also doing a slide presentation as we speak on this platform. Zimbabwe is one of the countries helping to drive ecotourism in the region. Ecotourism in Zimbabwe is booming and becoming internationally recognized for providing jobs. It's estimated that the industry now employs close to 200,000 people in Zimbabwe. Due to the natural beauty and outstanding array of wildlife, there is plenty for those who want to experience ecotourism in Zimbabwe to do. Of course, no trip would be complete without a visit to the magnificent Victoria Falls. Visitors can stay in the nearby Victoria Falls Safari Lodge, where they will be charmed by the on-site watering hole, which attracts a variety of game such as elephants, buffaloes, impalas, and kudus. Zimbabwe has the largest man-made lake in the world, known as Lake Kariba. Every year we have tiger fishing, which fishermen who are very, very keen in the sport, close to 45 countries in Africa, come and gather every year in Kariba for this event. Bulawayo is the second largest city of Zimbabwe. After Bulawayo, we have the Great Zimbabwe Ruins. I'm sure you've all heard about it. We have the Wangi National Park, which is next to Chobe Game Park from Botswana. We have Mana Pools. We have Matobo's Hills. We have Guanaraju. In fact, one of the slides I've just put it up. It's a private lodge in one of the national parks. So basically you can see that the standards which this lodge has are next to none. This is National Heroes Acres, where all the heroes who laid and fought for the liberation war.
I'm so sorry. Are you thinking you're showing slides? Right now we don't see slides yet.
Oh, you're not seeing any slides?
Okay. What you might want to do, on the bottom side, you see share screen. Just click on this.
Yes, I did earlier on.
Okay. Yeah, I clicked you away again. Let me just hang on. This was,
Okay.
I think it's my mistake. I didn't give you the permission. Now I gave you permission. I'm sorry about that. Can you try it again?
So must I start all over again?
The slides, yeah, we didn't see it. I wasn't sure if you were explaining
sorry.
it.
Let me
I'm
go
so
back.
sorry.
Let me go back.
But click on share screen first, please.
Sure.
And then select the window.
My apologies. Just give me 1 minute, John. Just bear with me for a minute.
No problem.
Come on.
If you click on it, it will show all your windows on your computer, and you just select the window you want it to show.
Yeah. Now, in fact, that's what I'm trying to do at the moment, but it's not coming up. Just bear with me for a minute.
No problem. But if it's the same slideshow you sent me, the PowerPoint, I can also.
That's right. Yes, yes, yes.
I have it. You want me to try to show mine, and you let me know?
Please, if you don't mind.
No
Okay.
problem. So I'm not sure. Are you seeing mine now?
That's right.
Okay, so I'm going to make it larger.
Sure.
Can you see it large now?
No. But that's fine. It's okay so that at least the rest of the delegates can at least see.
But can you see? Can the other guys? Can you see the? Can you see the slideshow? on my screen? Oh, I have to actually, what I need to do is put myself into, just 1 second. I'm sorry, I wasn't quite prepared for this. So. Can you see it now?
Nope. Okay, I can actually see it. It's just bear with me. No.
Okay, let me try this again.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine because it's actually gone quite small.
Yeah, we don't want it small.
No, no.
I'm so sorry. Let me just see. It should, okay, it's gone now, right? So let me try it again. Is it bigger now?
No, it's from my side. It's actually very, very slow. I mean, it's very small. I don't know what's happened here.
I'm not sure. Sorry, guys. We
You
only
know
got a
what we?
few of us, so we can.
Yeah. No. You know what I can do, Jean? While you can play that for me, I can keep on talking about Zimbabwe.
Yeah, but can you, the other guys, can you see it? Is it large for you or is it very small?
No, no, it's extremely small because you're
My side,
controlling your side from your side.
my side, it's okay.
You can
So is
read it.
mine.
Yes, yes, I can read even your slide. It's okay.
I
Okay.
can also.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so because maybe you see a different view, that's why I was hoping. So if I turn it now, let me turn it all the way into
Sure.
slideshows. Is it big now for the other guys?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we can go then.
Yes,
Okay,
it
go
is.
ahead.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so we're starting out. You tell me vintage travel and vintage tours. We're now at the tourism environment. Okay, you go ahead.
So I'm going to start again, Jan. Or must I start where I stopped?
Okay, whatever you like to do.
Okay, let's start all over again so that you can
Okay.
erase whatever has been
I
recorded
cut the
before then.
first part out. For those that watching live, my apology. But so we're not the BBC, but we're trying.
Okay, good morning, dear associates. My name is Arvind Nair. I'm the founder and CEO of Vintage Travel and Vintage Tours Zimbabwe. This morning I'm going to talk about Zimbabwe, which is Africa's paradise. Zimbabwe is a landlocked country, and the neighboring countries are South Africa, Botswana, Malawi, Zambia. The population of Zimbabwe is 14.86 million at the present moment. Harare is the capital city of Zimbabwe. The name Harare derives from the Shona chieftain Nirwana, who with his people occupied the area known as the Kope, pronounced as Kopi, near where the commercial area developed. Before independence, Harare was the name of the black residential area now known as Zimbabwe. Harare is situated in the northern eastern part of Zimbabwe in the uplands with an elevation of 1,483 meters, formerly known as Salisbury. It's a modern, well-planned city with multi-story buildings and tree-lined avenues. It is the hub for commercial, manufacturing, communications and education center. It also serves as a distribution point for the surrounding agriculture and gold mining areas. I will now talk about Bulawayo, which is the second largest city of Zimbabwe. Bulawayo's attractions are as follows. Matopo National Park. It's located 32 kilometers from Bulawayo. The park covers an area of 2,000 square kilometers. It is a World Heritage Site as well as unique cultural landscape. It boasts of fantastic rock formations and bushman paintings. I'm sure you have heard about it. The park overlooks Malema Dam, where there's excellent camping and picnic spots. Matopo National Park is a rhino sanctuary and has large concentration of black eagles. Then we have the Shlaba Sanctuary. This game reserve is about 10 km from Bulawayo on Matopo's road. There is a variety of wild animals including zebra, impala, wild beast, giraffe, kudu, and many other species. Then we have the Kami ruins. Kami was the capital of Torwa elite of Butao state who ruled from 1450 until a civil war and intervention by the Portuguese was held. Then we have the Muguza National Reserves. This reserve boasts of scenic picnic spots and a variety of wildlife and birds. It's about 15 kilometers away from Victoria Falls and covers about 650 hectares. Hillside Dam is a very unique spot as far as Bulawayo is concerned. The Hillside Dams once is the principal source of Bulawayo's water supply and is very easy to reach from center of town. Chipangali Wildlife Orphanage and Research Center. Chipangali is a heaven for wildlife animals which have little hope for survival in the wild. Creatures which have been orphaned, abandoned, injured, born in captivity or brought up successfully as pets. Chipangali has been featured in countless documentaries and now world-renowned for its pioneer work and is famed as one of Africa's largest and most successful wildlife rehabilitation release center. We have the Art Gallery. A branch of the National Gallery is in Bulawayo. The beautiful restored Dowslin House, colonial building, house a collection of traditional and modern art, including sculpture. The gallery contains a curio shop, restaurant, artist studio, and a cinema. Then we have the Centenary and Central Park. This is a recreational park along Leopold Takavira Avenue Park Road in Bulawayo. Across the road in Central Park is a fountain that was built to celebrate Bulawayo's 100 years. We have the Museum of Natural History. The National Museum of Zimbabwe is located in Century Park, which was built in 1962. And in 1982, all the natural science collections were moved here, and it was renamed the National History Museum of Zimbabwe. With its stunning displays and valuable research collections, it is the best museum in Southern Africa and ranked 4th in size among the museums of Africa. It is an impressive circular building with 9 public display galleries, a lecture hall with a seating capacity of 120 people, a cafeteria, and 8 research departments with substantial study collections and ongoing research in the following disciplines. Then we have the Mzilikazi Art and Crafts Center. It is a pottery and sculpture center with drawings and painting studios. In early days, it served as a cultural place where intended to keep young unemployed school leavers off the street while giving them art skills so that they could become self-reliant. Since then, it has been used to cultivate and nurture the development of cultural activities and promotions of the artistic talents in the city. Then we have the Railway Museum. The museum is situated behind the Bulawayo railway station in the rail-owned suburb of Bulawayo in western Zimbabwe. Access is possible via the pedestrian footbridge at the station. The museum is located in an area where there was previously a workshop used in the maintenance of refrigeration wagons. Its oldest exhibits go back as 1897 and include Cecil Rhodes' personal railway coach. We also have the cultural sites. We have tourism events. We have Zimbabwe International Trade Fair, which is known as Asambani. Asambani Tour and Travel Expo is a tourism showcase. It is a full-scale regional info-rich tourism exhibition held in Zimbabwe, which accommodates large and small operators and includes specialized suppliers in the tourism sector. It's located in Bulawayo, and this is an annual event. Beitbridge. Beitbridge, South Africa. It's a small town located in Matabeleland province of Zimbabwe. It is one of the busiest borders posts in southern Africa. The town is predominantly used as a stopover point, but there is much more to do in and around Beitbridge than just to meet its eyes. The activities and attractions one can see are archaeological sites, 4x4 trails, fishing, game drive, culture tours, photographic safaris, bird watching, spoor trapping, citrus plantation, and walking safaris. Now we will come to Kariba. Kariba is the largest man-made lake in Africa. Every year, Kariba hosts close to between 40 and 50 fishermen from SADC region who come there to enjoy tiger fishing, which is a spectacular event. We then have mana pools. We have Gonorrhea National Park. We have Matsundo National Park. We have Wangi National Park. Last but not the least is Victoria Falls. Victoria Falls is the smoke that thunders, and I'm sure somewhere along the line Victoria Falls has been featured in quite a few of the programs around the world. In Victoria Falls, we have the low water whitewater rafting. This great 5 river is regarded as one of the best day rafting trips in the world. Low water rafting covers rapids 1 to 19. And we have the high water whitewater rafting. High water rafting covers rapids 11 to 24. We have the river boarding. This is an activity of combination of river boarding and whitewater rafting. We have the high wire jumpy bungee jump. Jump 111 meters of the Vic Falls Bridge. It's a rush, described as one of the most spectacular bungee jumpings in the world. We have the bridge swing. You will be harnessed in a seated position, unlike bungee, where you are attached at the ankles and jump off a platform, free falling approximately 70 meters before the rope becomes tight, swinging you in a long pendulum arc. Bridge slide. Your harness is attached by the pulley to a cable spanning the gorge. Run and jump and then fly across the gorge 125 meters above the valley floor. Then we have the gorge swing. You are harnessed in a seated position again. Unlike bungee jumping, you jump off the platform. It's a free fall. And once the free fall takes place, you again are in a long pendulum arc. We have canopy tours. We have boiling pot hike, which is known as the Devil's Delight. This activity is only available during the low water seasons, that's between August and December. Total time is 3.5 hours. Hike time is 2.5 hours. Armed with a walking stick, life jacket and helmet, you will hike down the Batoka Gorge and pass under the historic Vic Falls Bridge to the boiling pot. Below the falls, where you'll be ferried by a raft to the rocky outcrops below the falls. Swim in the rock pools, shower under the spray of the thunderous Victoria Falls, and gaze at the rainbows forming above you. This, I can assure you and promise you, is such a spectacular scene. One must definitely do once in their lifetime. Then we have the Batoka Gorge hike and Ndebele village tour. This is an activity and can be enjoyed where all the local Zimbabweans have created handicrafts which are then purchased and taken back home as souvenirs. Besides all this, there's a video which has been attached at the end. They say seeing is believing. And I welcome each and everybody with an open arms to Zimbabwe. Come and enjoy the Zimbabwe hospitality. Jan, please play the video. Hello? Hello, Jan?
Okay.
Hello, Jan?
Okay, I'm sorry. You wanted me to go to the next slide?
Please, if you don't mind.
Okay, I'm doing this. Sorry, I misunderstood you here.
No, it's okay. It's all right. Carry on.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Further on? I saw.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. And there was a movie or something, right?
Yes, there's a video at the end which I would like to be played.
Okay.
That's
Here we
one.
go. Okay.
That's right.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Entschuldigung. And it, Wow, impressive.
In the end, I would like to say thank you very much for giving me this opportunity on an international platform to talk a bit about Zimbabwe, Africa's paradise, and its attractions. Please do come and visit Zimbabwe. In Shona we say, Tatenda. Thank you.
No, thank you, Arvind, for this impressive presentation. I have to say I've been to Zimbabwe a number of times myself, and I was too scared to do the jumping, but my colleague did, and he told me it was the best experience he ever had. But I don't know, it looked quite dangerous. But it's yes, it's a country with a lot of opportunities, and of course, it is something to look forward to when we get out of the COVID. So coming to the situation, the real situation right now in Zimbabwe, what is the situation in regards to COVID? Are borders open? Do you have domestic tourism? How are things working in Zimbabwe right now?
Okay. COVID-19 has plagued the whole world, and Zimbabwe has not been left out. Our rates of COVID-19 are extremely low, including the death rates. With the lockdown from March up to September, tourism sector has been hit very, very badly. But the government of Zimbabwe has kept aside close to $600 million for domestic tourism to be brought back into life. As we speak, this morning, Victoria Falls town has been designated as the tourism town of Zimbabwe. Most of the airlines, we say domestic, regional, and international, have all started flying back slowly. The border between South Africa and Zimbabwe was opened on the 1st of December, obviously with stringent rules and regulations, and the same thing at Harare International Airport. So when a traveler comes to Zimbabwe with a COVID-19 negative certificate at Harare Airport, the traveler is tested again just to make sure he or she is COVID-19 negative. If a passenger who arrives at Harare Airport is found COVID-19 positive, then he or she is put under quarantine for 14 days.
And these are pretty much, I think, standard around the world. Give you a heads up, here in Hawaii, we just recently changed the quarantine time from 2 weeks to 10 days. Apparently there are new studies, and I know this changes every time. That may be changing again tomorrow, but there's a little bit hope this time could be reduced. Now, it is good to hear that domestic tourism is operating in Zimbabwe. Let me ask you, when I was in Zimbabwe, and this was now several years ago at the UNWTO General Assembly, what was jointly between Zambia and Zimbabwe, and at that time, both countries agreed to make it a priority to open the border between Victoria Falls and the Zambia side. Did this ever happen, or is this still in talk, or is the border closed now because of COVID? And if it didn't happen, do you see this maybe for the could be something for the future?
The borders were opened, but because of COVID, the borders were closed, but slowly the borders are being opened again. Because Zimbabwe is a hub for most of the neighboring countries where there is a lot of movement by road and by rail. So, once again, our government is taking all the steps which are necessary to make sure that the COVID-19 cases are kept to its minimum. Coming back to domestic tourism, as mentioned earlier on, domestic tourism is being given a very big thrust as far as the Zimbabwean government is concerned. Hopefully, by next year, by this December 2021, I hope to see most of my fellow associates in Zimbabwe to come and see the picturesque Victoria Falls, because this is our start of the rainy season, and that's the best time to come and see Victoria Falls, which is known as the smoke that thunders.
No, thank you very much, Arvind. And I don't know if anyone else has a question. I think all of us are ready to go to Zimbabwe when we can again.
Well, I certainly am ready, and I'm quite sure my clients would be. But Arvind, I do have two questions to ask, actually. The first one, when a passenger arrives in Zimbabwe and they are retested for the COVID, is it a test at their expense or the government's expense?
Okay. When a traveler arrives at Harare International Airport with a COVID-19 negative certificate, and on arrival, say for example, they are found to be positive, the cost of that has to be borne by the traveler.
Right.
2, there are excellent places where a positive COVID-19 traveler is being put at. Basically, what happens once you are tested positive, you are zoomed through in a minibus and taken to the relevant points which have been designated for COVID-19. There you will be served with dinner, bed and breakfast and lunch as well, and they are extremely reasonable and in the vicinity of Harare town. So that means you are not being put out of Harare, where all you're going to see is the trees. I hope that answers your question, Stephen.
It does. Thank you.
Pleasure. And you have one more question for me?
Well, you answered the second one, actually,
Okay.
as far as being in quarantine. Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Any
are
other
there
question?
any other questions for? Well, if there isn't, I wanted to thank you very much for this impressive overview on Zimbabwe. And if you decide to, at World Tourism Network, we're building our organization from the bottom up, and we would welcome a chapter in Zimbabwe. Maybe that's something you wanted to get involved in, and I think this would hopefully be of interest also for other industry members in Zimbabwe. to get, this type of global communication going to help everyone to master this crisis. But let's hope tourism will prevail very soon. And no doubt Zimbabwe is a country what is very worth visiting. And Victoria Falls, in my opinion, is one of the most impressive sites I've seen in my lifetime. And it's definitely worth visiting. And Armin, thank you so much for doing this. And I hope we see you at the launch event and at the panel discussion and some of our other events upcoming. And thank you everyone else for being part of it, specifically Stephen, who's been there every time.
It's been brilliant. Thank you.
And
My pleasure.
I see you guys from our end. It's now 10:35 in the evening here, so we're going to call it a day. And for those of you in Zimbabwe, it's just the morning. You have a nice morning, have another cup of coffee and a good lunch. And Stephen, I know it's even later.
Yes, it is.
Try to get some sleep. It's 3:30 in the morning where you are. Right?
Yes, it is. I will get some sleep.
All right, guys. Okay, you have a nice evening, nice morning, and aloha from this end. And thank you again.
Thank you to you too.
Thank you very much. And it's been a pleasure and an honor to be able to showcase Zimbabwe, Africa's paradise on this international platform. And I'm humbled and honored to accept the chapter head nomination for Zimbabwe.
Oh, that's good news. So we're going to put this up before our launch tomorrow, and then we can announce this as one of the chapters already. We have a number of others coming up. You'd be surprised. You really actually see it on the website.